Moving to Kansas City was the hardest decision I think I've ever had to make. I was saying goodbye to so many things, to all of my friends, all of my family, everything I knew, everyone I loved, to follow God to the Midwest and sit in a room, worship, pray, and talk to Him all the time. It seemed crazy at first, but I guess I didn't realize how much time He would actually spend talking to me. Almost immediately after coming to IHOP, I started to pray for the Black community. I joined a department here that was dedicated to seeing Black believers brought into destiny and calling them into loving God with all their heart, soul, mind, and strength. And I just knew that the Lord was calling me to that. I didn't come here expecting to be burdened. I didn't come here expecting for the Lord to talk to me so much about the Black community and the things that are pretty much ravaging a whole ethnic group within this nation. It just seemed all was so new to me. I didn't know, but as I began to pray and ask Him to talk to me about His purposes in the Black community, I began to get burdened and I began to get vision even. And I had been working with young adults and I had been working a little bit with students, and so I knew that was a passion in my heart. But the Lord began to kind of turn my eyes and almost turn my heart towards a whole new way of doing things, and began to pray for Black young adults. And it seems funny now, but I wasn't connecting the dots. I didn't know how many the statistics that were out there. I didn't know some of the things that were just mind-boggling as I began to study and do research on the Black community in general and on historically Black colleges in general. And so I began to just pray and pray and pray and pray and pray, and it's just like 4 or 5 years worth of praying for the same people. It shouldn't be shocking to me that the Lord would begin to speak to me about having some other things in mind. And so it was like he merged my heart for young adults and college-age students and my burdens for the Black community, and it was just all coming together about a year ago. And then the Lord spoke to me about campus ministry and about how there were students who would never come to Kansas City that He wanted to send me to. And so we started a component here with the AAFA that seeks students out on Black college campuses and even Black students on majority campuses to begin to speak to them in the unique ways and surrounding the unique dynamics that's facing them as Black 18 to 22, 25-year-olds. And the Lord just began to move my heart. It was just powerful the way He would speak to me in dreams and even in song, and it all began to come together for me. And so it's not a surprise to me what the next step in the journey is. I mean, 5 years ago, if you would have told me I'd have been doing campus ministry in such a specific and unique way, I'd have been maybe open to it, but I wouldn't be so on board as I am now. And it just makes so much sense, and just marvel at the Lord's leadership in my life and how He brings all my passions out at the same time. And so yeah, the next step for me is campus ministry, specifically to Black students, but on all kinds of places. And most of the historically Black colleges are located on the southeast part of the country, because historically Black colleges were built during Reconstruction, and so they're in former slave states, most of them. And so it just seems so perfect, the Lord's timing and the training that I've gotten here, and everything is starting to fall into place. And I'm seeing the Lord take my mundane life of prayer and worship. It's just the same thing every day. You pray, you read the Bible, you get up, you get in your car, you do it all over again. You meet with that girl, you meet with this guy, over and over and over again, and it's all started to culminate for me this year. So I'm excited about this year in my life and then just the next years to come, what the Lord will do. And yeah.
Like Christianity is like, excuse me.
Since before they would they would respond to you. So Lord, I ask you that you would reveal yourself in truth, like David said, that you are true.
Come and listen. Come to the water's edge, are you who are thirsty?